Hello, we have a game between two 8 cube players on IGS where black missed the lower left Joseki early on but still managed to come back in the game and win by 20 points, so that's quite impressive. Let's check it out. So we have a classic opening where black plays a high approach instead of the trendy low one. Also black can just play a Shumari like p3 or o4 for example, but nothing wrong to play a Kakari and then go for a lower right Shumari. So here white decided to play a tight and low pincer, which can lead to some complicated variations. Most of the time we see the attach on the third line to grab the corner. If this happens, black can attack the top left corner too, and this way black can end up both Josekis with one move, the extension in the middle of the side. Probably this was the original plan for black. So white decided to pincer instead and counter this kind of plan. Another option when white plays the c5 attach is to cover and go for the avalanche Joseki, and here black can just play a very simple variation, Atari and hanging connection, or after Atari extend all the way to k3 or k4 in order to set up a moe on the bottom side. But back to the original game, white played a tight and low pincer, so black goes San, which is good. This is the first option to consider. Black can also separate by playing b5 or play Kosumi to go for outside thickness. But the right choice is c3, the most common way to follow up. Now white can block the corner and then extend, and this way white gets to develop both on the left side and the bottom area. This would be a classic Joseki. So is the cut. So when white cuts, black is forced to cut too. And here black played the Atari at e3, but the most common move is to play the wedge first, c6. Now white has two options, either Atari under or Atari from above. Most of the time we see this Atari from the outside, then black has to go down. Now white has only two liberties with a cornerstone, so he needs to expand his liberties. So white plays an Atari here, then blocks at b5. In this case, white is trying to catch the two stones, but also black has to worry about the two stones on the outside or the two stones in the corner. So here black can decide to secure the bottom area, give up the two stones on the left side, play an Atari from the outside, and now black is sent to extend all the way to k3. So what happens here, white takes the lower left area, but black goes for the bottom area. So this trade is actually pretty good for black because black develops in the direction of r4. So locally the Joseki is like 50-50, absolutely fine for both, but overall it feels a little better for black. So this could happen instead. Now there's another basic variation here. Let's go back. So when black plays the wedge at c6, white can Atari under, and in this case black usually plays Atari on the outside first. Now when white captures a Ponuki, black will do the same, and it's like 50-50 again. The variation comes to an end. If white goes down, black connects, and now white has several cutting points to fix, so white usually just plays b4. Now black can cover once, then block e2 in center and extend from the wall. So again, we see a variation where white develops the left side, but black goes for outside thickness towards the bottom, the lower right corner. So probably black had this confused, and that's why he started with the Atari at e3. So once again, black should wedge c6 to create cutting points and see whether white will block on the second line or Atari from the outside. So back to the original game. Now if black tries to catch some stones in the corner, this is not going to happen anymore. So what happens next, it's a forced variation where white takes most of the territory and black doesn't compensate so much on the outside. Playing this cut doesn't do so much, so black should simply extend several times, but white just keeps center and plays away. For example, approach the lower right corner or split the right side, push again on the left side. Maybe black uses a cut just to get the Atari on the outside center at some point. Even now it can be played, but well, black still needs to play f3. So this happened. Then this Atari on the left side should be centered pretty much all the time, and then extend again. A good decision for white to push f2, and white can actually push one more, or even 2 times, because like this white refutes to go back in the corner at b2 or b3 to capture the 2 dead stones in the corner, and white can also push from the left side in order to expand his moyo and just reduce black's potential in the center. Playing like this, it's a bit too conservative, so white can defend more actively, push one more, and then attack the lower right corner. So when white plays b2, which is passive and was not necessary, black hits center. Atari from the outside is very good, and then black can play a big point. Right now it's big for black to play b4 or o4, because this usually invites white into the middle of the right side, and then black can attack from the lower area in order to expand his moyo and also induce the defense of the top right corner. Playing like this, it's quite natural for white to split the right side again, which he did. Yeah, this is good directional play. In fact, black can attack, it's pretty much the same if black attacks from the top or from the bottom. If black attacks r12, white will extend 2 space jump, and then this induces the corner defense in the lower right, so this is also fine for black. Now black playing r8, white has to extend at r13, and then black can play a shimari like o3. r15 is a solid move too. And usually when white plays r15, black plays r15, white is supposed to jump out to secure the tiny base. But white can also leave the group like this because it is not going to die right away. So that's why black can wait a little bit and play either o3 or attack the top left corner. So anyway, black has to catch up ground for missing the joseki in the lower left corner. Now black approaches the top side. Here on the bottom, if black plays k3, white will extend p3, then kick, go out, and black needs to defend again. But white's group is a little bit cramped, so white usually jumps out again to secure. And if black plays a move like o3 or p3, this shimari looks very good with the r8 extension, but white is going to extend for a base like this, also threatening to connect under. If black separates the connection under, white will jump out again, and then black can play away. But black can also think about Tenuki right away, because the connection at g2 is not so big. We will see later in the game. I mean, black can play a cap move or shoulder hit and attach. Oops, I mean like this. Anyway, black approaches the top side. And now it's natural for white to make a shimari, then black extends back and white can approach the corner, and then also extend again towards the lower left area. So here white already has a lot of territory and also reduces black's potential. So far black has only the top side, but it can still be invaded. A little bit of potential here and about 10-15 points on the right side. And white's territory seems to be slightly bigger and more promising. So white doesn't have to play a desperate move like this kind of pincer. Black can consider an attach move, it's more aggressive to play the contact. If white goes hane, black can counter hane or crosscut and make things more complicated. If white goes down, black can pull back, white will extend. It's similar to a Sansan Joseki where black approaches on the Hoshi and then kept the weak stone in the top. Anyway, it's a good idea for black to play a Kakari like d15 as well. So here white should consider a move to separate black stones. If black comes out, white jumps between the groups. If black tries to fix the corner, white can do the same thing. Simply go out, allow this black group survive in the corner and go for the top side. It's a good trade for white. Playing like this feels easy for black to fix the top. So that's a pretty good decision. But black doesn't have to block on the second line. It's more important to get ahead on the fourth line. If white turns in the top, black can connect solid or play a tiger mount. If black blocks right away, white will use the Atari and maybe even think about coming out and split the groups. But for now, white can just protect the left side. So it's proper for black to play a move like this to stay connected. If white pushes again, black can just leave the position as it is because it's quite resilient and it has I shape. So it's very important to get ahead on the fourth line at d14. White played a Hane in the head of 2 stones, which is a very good move. And black jumps to fix the shape. Now in this position there are several cutting points, c17 and c14. So locally white can play a move like this or double up. But white is strong enough on the left side anyway. And now white should take care of his k17 stone. So the way to do that, to set up a sabaki in the top, would be to play a tsuke. Then if Hane under, white can go Hane up. If black pulls back, white extends. So this is a very easy way to fix the top. Also white can just play a 1-space jump, but it feels a bit over concentrated, or jump out with a 2-space jump like this. Playing c11, it's a bit too conservative, and black can still use the idea of c14 and then cut in the corner. Well, this will happen later in the game, so we will see it soon. Now black plays the cap move. That's a good decision to attack the top. Then push to remove the base. But the wedge is actually not necessary here, because it's a better way to attack from the outside, from the center. For example, this schema. Also, black can consider just push, and in this case, if white blocks at m17, black will push again, and white is forced to make a bad shape when he connects. If white plays m15, black will push in the top, white connects, and again, white is forced into an empty triangle, and that's a very heavy group. Now, in order to continue the attack, black can lean on the stones on the right side first. And now the top group is actually under pressure. In fact, black can play 1 Atari and then surround the top with a cap move. So this would be quite painful for white. Also, if black plays just Keima, even if white pushes along, black can bump. When white goes back, peep and surround everything. Now white still has a hard time to survive in the top, and besides the group it's surrounded, so now black can put pressure on the other group. For example, remove the base like this. Playing the wedge hurts the k15 stone a little bit in this case, and also kind of invites white to escape into the middle, and black doesn't profit so much taking the points around m18. So it's good to remember the keima or push and peep. Oops, I jump ahead too much here. Nice idea to play a move to separate the top group from the right side. So this cap makes sense. Hane is a natural block, then go up. If white cuts here, black can capture. So black is faster in the race. Therefore, it's okay to go up at p7. Now white is trying to fix his, to connect his stones. But this move looks a little bit slack and allows the cut here. So black can grab a lot of territory in that area. Now white can still think about the cut agi on the right side just to see how black reacts. And then white can connect with a move like s14. If black pushes down, white will cover. If cut, separate. Then when black tries to connect under, it doesn't work because there's a shortage of liberty here. And now white is actually sente, so can jump out again. When black tries to link under, just Atari. If Atari first and then connect, white has a throw in and Atari from the outside, so again white is connected. So white doesn't have any reason to lose the R13 stone. And at least if white decides to lose that stone, to sacrifice it, should play a more flexible shape in the middle to keep everything connected. Now for black to attack the bottom stone, it's still better to play O3 or K3. Because white having those stones in the middle, when black plays a cap move and just gives up the territory on the bottom, which happened in the actual game, these moves in the center are not going to build much for black, because all these stones black has in the center are facing the white group in the middle. So it's gonna be extremely difficult to build points in this area. But in the meantime, white is taking the bottom area, so it's better for white what happened in this fight. White didn't have to go back with a Nobi. Playing the Hanit Sente, black has to go up, and then white has time to play P3 too. Playing like this, black can cover or Hane under. This happened in the actual game. White went down, that's a good decision. In fact, here I would play Hane on the second line, so when white goes Nobi, black can push again, peep, and then play somewhere else, capture the stone on the right side. Once black captures the stone, the R13 separates that stone, the group in the middle, it's on the run, so white needs to play another move to fix that. It's good for black to try to connect these stones in the center. White can push once, leave the position like this, and jump in the center to reduce black's potential. The connection underneath is no need, because anyway, white was alive. Here black can push once and cover in center because it's threatening the cut, so white needs to play again, then capture this stone or attack from the center in order to expand the middle and try to build a large territory in this area. Now if white doesn't protect at K2, let's say white plays something like this, black and Atari, Atari again, or throw in, then Atari, white has to take the two stones, black captures here, white takes one back, and black captures more stones. So this would be a disaster for white. So the cut on the left side right now. Black is white is going to lose some stones in the corner because of C17, so it's better to play Atari from the outside. If black comes down, white can give up the cornerstones and keep the left side. So white is actually losing only D18, D17 here. But playing like this, white still didn't get rid of the edge in the corner. So black got more profit coming out and killing D14, and white should still come back and protect at C17. But white played away. This move is not so big. I mean, it takes away a liberty, but anyway, black wasn't trying to cut at C12 or B12, so playing here, if black plays the push, white blocks, Hane, double Hane, not much is happening there, so this isn't necessary. Right now, black can cut C17. So the thing is, if white tries to resist, black will go down. If white tries to capture, black captures faster. If white protects here, Atari once and then turn in the corner, and again, black captures the corner faster. So white's only option is to give up the two stones, and black will take those two in Gote, so black doesn't have to do it right away. But playing E11 doesn't do much either, because white can simply separate like this. So in order to take some points, black can cut C17 immediately, or in order to increase the center, black should play E9. Then when white jumps here, black can play something on the right side, threatening to kill that group, and then expand the center again. So this is the way to make the border and surround the middle territory. White jumps in the middle, trying to reduce. This block is very good. White can push. Push like this, then jump from the other side, push here, push this way, and in the end the center is not so big as it looked, and then protect the stone on the right side. That's a very big stone to protect to make this territory, or at least keep the base. So black push once, very good. Black should also turn. This turn is going to be center. White doesn't allow the Atari, because if this happens, then again white is losing the I shape. So this turn white will just protect. And instead of jumping around h13, h14, it's more interesting to play e9 and block white's entrance from the left side. If white jumps here, black can protect like this or attach. If white plays some kind of jump threatening to catch the stones, just one space jump and connect. So that group is not in danger. Very good for white to push here once because black didn't turn. Black still has the option to turn and then come back and protect. Now white pushed. That was all center. And white still didn't protect here. In fact, white can play Kosumi, and when black answers, white leaves the position like this. Now white has time to protect the corner too. So this game would be quite close right now. So black reduces a little bit the center. That's fine. Now black can close all the middle. Here white can play Atari, Atari again, then push one time because black never played this move in center, and leave the position like this and protect the right side. Because when Atari in the center, white can connect and give up one stone. It's not such a big deal. And if black pushes here, white can connect this way. And also for black, it's not so interesting to play neutral points in this area, in Gote. So playing like that, it was a little bit passive for white. Finally, the big cut on the right side, and this turned the game around. This block is big too. Here, black can use the double hane. White can Atari, but then white has to protect against the cut and capture. So when white plays Nobi, black has the hane on the first line in center and leave the position like this. And if white just connects solid, black leaves the position as it is anyway, and now cut and capture in the top. That's a huge endgame right now. White played this move on the first line, but this can backfire. So yeah, white had to come back. I mean, if white plays, let's say this move, black can cut, and Atari go out, Atari capture a stone. It's impossible for white to resist, because everything will die. Oh, not the hane. So this was the last chance to capture some stones in the corner. Once again, Atari here and take the 2. If white resists, then take more. So black decided to take center for a few points instead of killing 2 stones in Gote. But already building this center and the top right corner looks that black has the first chance to win this game. So black came back. That was big. Going down T10, it's Gote. Let's see what else white can do. Push here once, then turn. Push here to prevent white's black center. Block here for a double Atari. Play this in center. And then just capture one stone. If black doesn't answer this capture, let's say black plays somewhere around here or captures one stone like this, then white can come out and kill 3 more stones. So actually black has to block, white will turn, and black captures this guy. So these are all positive endgame moves for white. White descends, turn, block. This is a good move. White should actually block like that. Playing here, black can Atari, Atari again, and connect. Now white has to come back and protect here. So black can reduce more points. Also, black can start with the cut right away, because here many times white will block and then there's a double Atari and black can capture 2 stones. If white will see the double Atari, white will play here and then black connects, and now this leaves a cut threat inside. So It's better not to start with Atari. That's a good move. First of all, black should push and block in center, and then play moves in gote. But now black is already leading comfortable. Some ag in the middle. These moves are all forced. White got that point, but there's not much to do anymore. White could play the attach in center to destroy 2 more points, but that will happen later in the game. Black can go down T12 and save the 2 points. That's important. And now only 1-2 points left. Black can block here. If white cuts, Atari and cover to connect under. Crawl. Nothing happens here. Black is safe. Okay, nothing left, huh? Yeah. Well done to come back from a position like that, especially losing the lower left corner for not so much compensation. But that's how it goes. A Go game, it's quite long, so one has to resist till the end. I hope you enjoyed this review.